Welcome to another episode of Confident Real Estate. I'm your host, JC. In this social media world that we all live in, anything that gets posted can go viral in a matter of seconds. Within days, something you post in your home could be on the opposite side of the world. And the same goes for real estate listings. So how do you get around competing with everybody else in the global economy who might be looking for a real estate investment property in a market that you're also interested in? If you live in a targeted market that a lot of people know of and are curious about, like say the New York City and surrounding tri-state area, you're going to have a lot of competition. So if you're in a market that maybe isn't New York City, there are still going to be a lot of people who are targeted to your market, a lot of real estate investors and people who want to be invested in that market. And they're also going to have those notification settings clicked on so that they get notifications whenever a new listing hits the market. And brokers are easily ready to add anybody's email to their mailing list on a weekly basis. They'll shoot out all those listings and try to get those properties sold. So how do you get around that? How do you get your eyeballs on those properties before anybody else sees them so that you never have to get into a competition war ever again, a bidding war for any property that you want to bid on? How do you cut the line, so to speak? Well, there is a way to do it, but in order to find out more about that in this video, you're going to have to click the notification bell on that subscribe button down below and also click that like button to feed the YouTube algorithm. I'm a trusting guy, so I'm going to trust that you did it. And now we'll get into some simple ways that you can get yourself out there to cut out all of your competition and get your eyes on those investment properties before anybody else. The truth is, there's no crazy secret to finding off-market deals, to having people give you off-market deals so that you have your eyes on those deals before anyone else in your market, let alone the world, ever hears of their existence. It's quite simple. There's no secret to it. It's about being out there, being present in your market. Every one of us knows somebody who's that outgoing person that wherever you go, they run into somebody they know that they knew from a long time ago, had some crazy experience with, someone who remembers them because their personality is so contagious. Even if you're not outgoing, even if you're more of an introvert like me, you still have to put yourself out there in order to get the people that you need to know you so that they can funnel you deals in your market. And it's quite simple, quite honestly. The more you put out there and the more you give of yourself, the more you will get in return. It's biblical, but it's true. If you go out and join local charity organizations in your target markets, if you give back to those communities, if you get involved in your church, if you get involved with local real estate investment group meetups and start networking with those people, if you start talking to brokers and say, listen, these are not listings I'm interested in that you have, but if you ever find something that is impossible to sell, let me know because I may be the person who comes and buys it. Just having your name out there, talking to as many people as you can on a regular basis, believe it or not, it takes time. It's not a quick, simple 1, 2, 3, you're going to get deals. But over time, people will start to send you deals or introduce you to people who may subsequently have deals. It may be people you know who just have a relative that died and there's a house that the family needs to sell and they don't even want to go through the process of finding a broker because they know you're always interested in finding new investments. Just having a few of those deals in a matter of a 5-year cycle land in your lap will pay you dividends. But the truth is, the more you're out there, the more of those deals you're going to have access to. So get out there. Break outside your shell a little bit. Give back to your community and you will start getting back in return. And definitely join those real estate investor meetup groups. You can find them on BiggerPockets. You can find them on Meetup, the app, meetup.com. I think it's the website. They're easy to find and they are valuable resources for anybody who's investing in a particular market. Now, the classic way to go and find off-market deals is to just drive around your target markets, to find properties that are maybe in disrepair, have overgrown lawns, have fences that are falling down, siding that looks pretty bad, things that catch your eye as an investor. that maybe the neighbors of those properties aren't so fond of. That used to be how you'd go and find off-market deals. You'd find those properties, you'd have to go look up who owns them, or maybe send them a mailer in the mail, and then try to start a conversation. Now there's Driving for Dollars, the app, which gives you a lot of that information about who the owner of the property is and potentially some contact information for you to reach out to them. So check out Driving for Dollars, the app. There are a lot of people on YouTube who have great videos about how it works. I personally can't speak to it at the great lengths and details that a lot of my colleagues on YouTube can, because I really don't use it that much. But it is worthwhile, because years ago, that's how I would go find off-market deals and start conversations with people, just by driving around, then going and looking up on the online website and database for the county where I was looking to see who actually owned them, where the property tax bills were sent, and trying to start either by mailer or by dropping some notice at the property, some conversation so that I could speak with the owner and maybe get a deal in from there. And a personal trick that works, I know people who've done this before, and it does work, maybe it's a last resort if you're using Driving for Dollars, is put a for sale sign on their yard. If you're not getting a response, put a for sale sign with your phone number and say for sale by owner, and put it on the front of the property that you're looking to buy. I promise you, the owner will call you to ask why your sign is in their front yard or up against the front of their property. Simple trick. As always, I appreciate you watching to the end. I hope you got something out of this video. If there are methods you use to find off-market properties, please leave them down in the comments below. Share them with the rest of this Confident Real Estate family. We all learn from each other. That's the whole point of this. If you're not yet a member of this Confident Real Estate family, well, now's as good a time as any to click that subscribe button, because guess what? It is free, just like the Driving for Dollars app. It's free to download. It's free to click subscribe. It's free to hit that like button as well. And I appreciate you for doing so. Until next time.